a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out in the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup Playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
The 2025 Road to the Penguins Cup is on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV tonight from the RMU Island Sports Center. AA semifinal matchup is number 2 Erie Cathedral Prep takes on number 3 Greater Latrobe. Good evening and welcome to the 2025 PIHL High School Hockey Playoffs on Trib Live HSSN and TBTV. Alongside Kevin Zilmanski, Matt Vandriak, center ice with you here tonight. Number 2 Erie Cathedral Prep, 17-4 overall. The Ramblers, 82 goals so far through the regular season and playoffs, averaging 3.9 goals per game. They've allowed 44 goals against, 2.1 goals against per game. Number 3 Greater Latrobe, 16-5 overall. The Wildcats, 96 goals for, an average of 4.6 goals per game. 53 goals allowed, an average of 2.5 goals against. Does numbers like this in the big picture translate? ECP, 5th in goals, 2nd in goals against during the regular season. Greater Latrobe, 3rd in goals for, also 3rd in goals against. Kevin, chalk is held so far here in this 2A bracket through the playoffs. All the top seeds advance to the quarterfinals and already punching their ticket for next week at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry. Top seeded Fox Chapel, the hard-fought 3-2 win over Penn Trafford.
Third period goal by Hayden Farah gave the Foxes the semifinal victory over Penn Trafford. You and I were just on the call for that one, and looking forward to this one. This is the lower half of the bracket. If you're looking at the 2A Penguins Cup playoff bracket, Cathedral Prep, the 2 seed, defeated Armstrong on the 3rd last Monday 4-0. Latrobe, on the other hand, they were at home against Kirknevin that night against Hempfield, and they won 7-3. These two teams met twice this year, Matt. That was both in October, kind of quirk of the schedule.
Very early, both meetings.
October 3rd, the Ramblers defeated the Wildcats 4-2. They outshot them 26-17. Ethan Cunningham and Tucker Kinnear scored a goal and 2 assists. Ryland Sword scored a goal and an assist. Ian Brown faced 17 shots. He made 15 saves. For Latrobe, it was Adam Pellis and Brogan Murphy, each scoring 1 and 1. And Brock Flew, he faced 26 shots and made 22 saves. They did it again 26 days later, 2 days before Halloween, which is kind of appropriate because it feels like Halloween here today with all the black and orange. We'll say Halloween instead of Flyers, right? We don't like talking about that. 6-3, the Ramblers won. Latrobe outshot Cathedral Prep 28-5. The Wildcats had 3 different scores: Joey Crimboli, Cam Mikulski, and Preston Miller. Flew was once again in net, 25 shots, 19 saves. For the Ramblers, Kinnear had 2 goals and an assist. Brucey had 2 goals. Ashton Duccini a goal and 2 assists. And Matthias Sprickman had 5 assists. Ian Brown faced 28 shots and made 25 saves.
Latrobe led that game, Kevin, 3-2 in the second period before ECP scored the next 4 en route to that victory.
Now, I was going to hit on the conversation we had down below with Coach Sprickman. He said the Ramblers are now healthy. He said they had been missing a couple players. He named off a couple guys. I don't remember who it was, and he said his son...
Vinny Scalise, one of the guys, the forward, right, coming back from a long injury. His son, Matthias Sprickman, coming back from a 4-game suspension. So Garrett Schwartz also was a guy that was injured earlier this season. So, yeah, getting everybody healthy. And those were long-term injuries for both Schwartz and Scalise. And then Sprickman, again, a 4-game suspension back. So everybody is back for Erie Cathedral Prep. And, Kevin, I don't do this too often, but I'm going to actually make a very bold pregame prediction on who's going to punch their ticket for the Penguins Cup next round.
Okay.
It's going to be the team wearing orange and black.
I thought that's where you were headed. This game, after the conversations with both the teams, seems to be that both teams want to be very physical. Looking at the box score, there were 8 penalties called in the first game. 12 penalties called in the second game. So we'll see. Also, Coach Sprickman mentioned that we should be on the watch for their defensemen not only joining the rush, he said they are the rush. They lead the rush. So offense from the defensemen for the Ramblers, and we'll see about the Wildcats.
Goaltending matchup tonight for Latrobe. It's going to be Brock Flew. 12-4-0 in the regular season, 2.13 goals against average, .913 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. In the net to our right for Erie Cathedral Prep, it is going to be Ian Brown. He played every minute during the regular season. Brown 16-4-0 in the regular season, 2.02 goals against average, .909 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. And then Kevin Brown got his 4th shutout of the season as the Ramblers blanked Armstrong in the opening round.
Not only are they both wearing black and orange, everybody has bleach blonde their hair for the playoffs.
Can you coordinate it any better? The hair is the same, the color is the same, the team's on the ice. Number 2, ECP. Number 3, Greater Latrobe. The winner has a date next Tuesday night, 6:15 p.m. at the UPMC Lemieux Complex in Cranberry. They'll play for the Penguins 2A Cup against top-seeded Fox Chapel, who was victorious 3-2 over Penn Trafford in the opening game. we'll pause and take a break for the playing of our national anthem. The one, the only, John Tucci with the national anthem here. Kevin, as MC Hammer once said, you can't Tooch this. And that was chicken soup for the soul, my friends.
The legend that is John Tucci. He's a topic, a legendary topic amongst us broadcasters when we're getting ready for the games. As Matt has made himself laugh.
Every once in a while, I do get one that gets me. Anyway, back to the game, Kevin. We talked about both these teams very similar. Both teams have very good goaltenders. Erie Cathedral Prep, led by Tucker Kinnear and Matthias Sprickman. Those guys hit the 30-point plateau in the regular season. Chris Brucey, Ethan Cunningham, both at the 20-point mark on the regular season. Joey Crimboli for Greater Latrobe, 40 points. Jackson Hayburn, 21 points. And Cam Mikulski and Dylan Morris each hitting double digits in goals for the Wildcats.
The Ramblers have declared they get the last change, and they've sent out their 5-man unit early. We're not waiting to see who the Wildcats were going to deploy for this first shift, as all the Wildcats go to tap their goaltender, Ian Brown. Ian Brown is the senior, an all-star, 4 all-stars for the Ramblers. I'm sorry, not Ian Brown. They tapped their...
Brock Flew,
excuse me. I'm getting mixed up already with the orange and black.
It happens, Kevin. Right to left, Erie Cathedral Prep. They're decked out in the white, orange, and black. The opposite way, Greater Latrobe, the Wildcats decked out in the dark black with the white and orange trim.
Worth mentioning, both goalies were all-star participants.
Well-deserving, 2 of the tops in the classification. Here comes Greater Latrobe trying to chip the puck in. Dylan Morris gives chase. Sent back into the neutral zone where it's found there by Caleb Trice. Trice a D-to-D pass as Latrobe breaks out. Lead feed, and here comes Joey Crimboli. Stood up neatly at the line. Good work there by Ethan Cunningham. Cunningham brings it back. Soft shot to the net. Glove save made as Brock Flew is into the contest here with his first stop. Kevin, you mentioned Erie Cathedral Prep 4-0 winners over Armstrong in the quarterfinals. That was last Monday night, the Lecom Sports Arena in Erie. The Ramblers scored 3 first-period goals, including striking first. 45 seconds into the game en route to the win. 4 different Ramblers scored in the win. Garrett Schwartz led the way. He had a 3-point night with a goal and 2 assists. Matthias Sprickman had 2 assists. Ian Brown posting the shutout, stopping all 20 shots that he faced. Floated back to the net, gloved and covered up because Greater Latrobe wants to tell their story, so I will. The Wildcats defeated number 6 Hempfield, 7-3 in the quarterfinals last Monday night at the Kirk Nevin Arena in Greensburg. The Wildcats led 3-0 after the first period, 5-0 in the second period. Jackson Hayburn led the way for Greater Latrobe with a 4-point effort. He had 2 goals and 2 assists. Joey Crimboli scored twice for the Wildcats. Adam Pellis added 3 assists. Brock Flew stopped 33 of 36 shots to backstop the victory. Latrobe trying to work it here. Dumnitz from the right point. Sets. Going to softly send one down low. Centering try, net off. As Adam Pellis put it in front. And that was trying to hook up there with Robert Rossi, but The goaltender, Ian Brown, pushing off and pushes the net off as well.
Opportunity to change, get another line involved here. I know as a coach I try to get some players involved quickly, get everybody in for a few seconds early in the game, particularly if you're going to need them.
Defensive zone draw won by the Ramblers. To the left point, though, Latrobe keeps it. Shot blocked as that was sent to the net by Caleb Trice. And now back the other way comes Cathedral Prep.
It's a tight turn right there.
Out it comes. That was Chris Brucey. It comes out to Cunningham, who will dump it in. Hustling in here now is Henry Fritz. Fritz gets flattened behind the net. Puck comes out of the slot, looking it over. Wrister blocked. Follow-up try, shooting it over the net. Two great chances there for Matthias Sprickman, and a great block for Greater Latrobe in front of the net. That was Colton Goodland who got the first block, and then it came right back to Sprickman, who fired it over the net.
So both teams talked about being physical, and as they get a look on the delayed replay here, it was a battle behind the net. It was tossed out to the point, 21. Dylan Morse coming out with the big block on a shot from Matthias Sprickman. And then they tried to get another opportunity as it recycled through, and the Wildcats had to ice it.
Face off one in the defensive zone there by Latrobe. They'll try to clear it out. And pushing it forward there for the Wildcats is Preston Miller. ECP brings it back, but taken away by Adam Pellis. Pellis brings the charge back. Here comes Dumnich. Dumnich shot on Pat. Save made. Ian Brown, his first stop of the night. And around the horn it goes. Erie Cathedral Prep trying to exit. Miller steps up. And then a big hit in front of the bench as Pellis is taken over there by Vinny Scalise. Scalise pushes the puck. And it ends up back in the Cathedral Prep end. Out with it there comes Ashton Duccini. Long shot to the net, patted aside as Duccini puts it on and heads to the bench for the Ramblers. Latrobe sets up in their own end. Puck off the skate of Rossi. Back into the Cathedral Prep end. Sprickman resets, sends it out, looking there for Ryland Sorge. Too far. Breaking the zone down the right side. Dale Hennigan. Hennigan back to Rossi. Save made. Brown, no rebound. Kevin, just like in the first game, third meeting of the season between these two. Fox Chapel won both regular season matchups. They ended up beating Penn Trafford for a third time in the playoffs. Erie Cathedral Prep won both regular season matchups. Will chalk continue?
Yeah, we talked about that. You asked me that question about winning the third time. Still don't, I mean, you learned some tendencies, but I'm not sure if it was going to matter, and it didn't matter. Fox Chapel won.
Bouncing puck off a Cunningham stick. He'll find it. Backhander gets just wide of the net as Flew couldn't quite find it. But he makes the stop, and back the other way. Murphy going to dump in chase. Here comes Dale Hennigan. Hennigan first man there. Puck in his skates. Hennigan finds it. Has Goodland at the point calling for the puck. Hennigan reverses back the other way. Puts it in front. And Crimboli fans in tight. Here comes Cunningham back the other way. Throws that one wide of the net. Puck out of play. And we'll do the face-off in the ECP zone to our left.
Ian Brown tight on that post as the Wildcats got in on the forecheck. Their coach, Adam Ferguson, talked about getting it deep and getting on the forecheck. There was a really good tight turn right there by number 23, Dale Hennigan, and he was able to turn to the forehand, make that centering pass, and Brown in the butterfly, holding that post, closing down that space between his body and that left post.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. They'll bring it back. Here comes Bryant Dumnich. And he's going to slide step a check. Dumnich tries the center. That's blocked. Good work in front of the net there by Scalise for Erie Cathedral Prep. And now Ashton Duccini circles back, sends it across the rink. Michael Corator going to bring it out here across center ed. Corator bodied up by Miller as he dumps it in. And Latrobe going to float it back here to the neutral zone. Adam Pellis trying to go through a triple team. Gets a rough ride there from Scalise. As back behind the net, Corator for ECP. Brings it around here to the near side. The Ramblers going to send this one the length of the rink and the face-off back to the home zone to our right.
So a lot of, one team talking about getting on the forecheck, the other team talking about leading the rush from behind. So we'll start to get a feel a little bit for the face-off plays, Matt, right? Who can generate something from a set play offensively, and this time it's going to be the Wildcats with an opportunity for an offensive zone draw.
Face-off won by Latrobe. Trying to push it back to Crimboli. There was Dylan Morris. Couldn't do it. And ECP moves it back. Latrobe volleys it to center red. Logan Morris sets it down. Morris floats it up the left side here, looking for Ethan Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham trying to get around the defense. Low drop pass, pushed on that. Save made, rebound, score! Ethan Cunningham puts the mesh in motion, and the Ramblers take the 1-0 lead.
Well, Matt, Goodwin got tagged a little on a dump in that hit him right in the midsection. He was a bit shaken up. And this time the Ramblers came down his right side, and Goodwin got a little bit outside the dots defensively and got over near the boards right there, the easy cut in, and he was able to get down low on the goaltender. I mean, get deep into the zone on the goaltender is what I meant to say, and it beat him on that far post. And the first goal of the game is going to go to the Ramblers with 12:15 to go here in the first period. The defenseman Goodwin got a little too far right and was able to cut in on him. Was that Cunningham?
It was Cunningham. He had 11 in the regular season.
Make an inside move and have a free lane to the net. He got down deep with the shot, beat him far post.
So first blood drawn by Erie Cathedral Prep. Big body check in front of us here is back and forth. Go Nick Pugney and Brian Dumnich. Cunningham's first of the playoffs, 12th of the season. Kinnear gets the assist. Puck on top of the ECP net and stays in play. So here comes ECP back. Dumnich has been out there for a while. Matthias Sprickman leads the charge. Sprickman to the right side. Sprickman turns, setting it up, has a trailer. Sprickman puts it on the tape. One-timer coming, and Ryland Swords just misses.
Like the good quick wrister, Matt, on the one-timer, right? He didn't go for the big roof scraper. He was able to catch it and release it very quickly. That's how you catch goalies. Being able to release the puck as you advance in the hockey playing career, level to level, whatever it is, JV to varsity, AHL to NHL, it's the ability to get rid of that puck faster at each level, and that was a good shot right there.
Face off in the circle to the left, to the right of the Latrobe goal. And Swords try to turn it over, cut off. Good defense by the Wildcats. They'll break it out. Crimboli gives chase. He's after it. Crimboli stood up on the play. Good defense by Erie Cathedral Prep, but Crimboli pushing it to the far corner. Josh Matthews after it there. Bouncing puck takes a high bounce. And the Ramblers going to bring it back the other way. Here comes Swords. He'll dump in. An opportunity back behind the net for Greater Latrobe to try to clear it out as Goodland plays it around to the far side. Kept in at the right point for a second, then the Wildcats send it back out. Crimboli after it. Cathedral Prep's Aston Tuccini dumps it in all the way around to the far side. Caleb Trice gives chase there. He'll regroup and gather the puck behind his own net. Pressure, but he'll reverse back the other way, will Trice, as he spins away from a relentless forecheck here by Vinny Scalise.
Yeah, he kind of stopped for a controlled breakout. He went right back into the forecheck. He had room to come out the other side.
Lead pass trying to find Cunningham. Would have been looking for number 2 on the night, too far. And Icing will bring the faceoff back into the home zone to our right.
Another ozone draw here for the Wildcats. For Cunningham, as you mentioned, his 12th of the season. He gets his first of the playoffs.
Dumnich dumps it down behind the net. After it there for Latrobe is Dale Hennigan. Hennigan taken down, and Cathedral Prep's heading to the sin bin as Matthias Sprickman's going to get called, and that will send Greater Latrobe to the Penny.com power play. Penny.com is Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting.
In the playoffs, the Wildcats 1 for 5 on the power play in that first round game, so that's 20%. On the season, they are 19 of 61 for 31.1%. The Ramblers on the kill, 55 for 66 on the season, 83.3. And in the playoffs, they were perfect 5 for 5 that last game.
Erie Cathedral Prep and Greater Latrobe. Here comes the Latrobe with the power play. Shot to the net. Good save made there as Goodland shot it back the other way. ECP will clear. Latrobe 2 for 9 on the power play in the 2 regular season meetings between these teams. And here they come with the puck. Crossing center edge, Joey Krimboli finds Brian Dumnich. Around the horn it goes. Dylan Morris after it there. Morris brings it out, looking for Miller in the circle. He's hounded all the way to the corner and taken out the good body check by Corator. And the clear there by Sorge.
Wildcats not clean on the entry. They got over, they dumped it in. They just couldn't, they got it behind the net, but then lost it. There's a good play there by Brown. What a catch.
Wow, Brown to the bench, and there it is. That's head coach Mark Sprickman.
Sprickman with the
G-Love glove, or barehand.
Right. Barehanded glove save as he was quick off the bench to make that catch.
Had a lot of energy before the game, Kevin. We talked to him. Really excited for this matchup. Really proud of this team, and really
a very different conversation. Coach Ferguson was very soft-spoken, didn't have much to say. Coach Sprickman had a lot to say. We thought we were going to be late getting back to the broadcast location.
Penn Trafford was sent into the ice. We were still in the hallway talking to him. Here comes Preston Miller. 52 seconds on the power play. Miller drifts, drops it down the left side. After it, there's Adam Pellis. Pellis trying to push it back to Krimboli. Miller finds it. Top of the left circle. Miller along the far boards. Finds Pellis. Pellis, the top playmaker, assist man for this Latrobe team. Point-to-point pass stolen, as that was read very well by Chris Brucey. Brucey pressuring Goodland all the way back into the Latrobe zone, as we're down to 25 seconds remaining on this Wildcats Penny.com power play.
Don't like their spacing. I didn't like the puck movement. It's just, this power play has not been very good. This first opportunity for the Wildcats.
Dumped in and cleared as Garrett Schwartz finds it. Sends it the length. Final 5 seconds here of this Greater Latrobe Penny.com power play. Goodland breaks center red, now breaks into the Rambler zone, but it's forced back out, and Latrobe unable to convert as Erie Cathedral Prep gets the kill.
I forget now which coach said special teams was their strength, but on that first...
That would have been Ferguson, I believe. Rising shot, save made there as it's put on by Cathedral Prep's Tucker Kinnear, and Flew made it look easy with the glove stop.
That first power play opportunity, that battle went to the Ramblers as Ethan Cunningham just didn't nail the dismount in the neutral zone there after the whistle. I saw Ethan Cunningham walking behind us in the first game. That's a big boy.
He has some size. Cunningham in the face-off circle right now in the white, black, and orange. Countered by his counterpart in 26, Brogan Murphy. Murphy wins the draw. Back to Nigel Morris. Stepping up, there's Miller to free the puck up. Can't get it out of the zone. Good keep in the circle. Shot on, blocked on that turning try there by Chris Brucey. It's a good job there, too, by Latrobe. Getting in front of that, Caleb Trice. Soft shot back towards the net, redirected by Trice again, and then Trice. Cue up the AC/DC. This man just got thunderstruck as he flattened Kinnear.
There's the D leading the rush right there. Preston Miller, number 95, the defenseman. He's cutting.
Robert Rossi trying to center. Miller tried to keep it in, but forced out. Good hustle there by Cunningham. Latrobe dumps it in, touches up to get back on side behind the Ramblers. Net Ian Brown will find it. And over to the right side, spinning away. Here's Matthias Sprickman. Sprickman up the near wall. Scalise teed up by Dumnich. Scalise gets it back. Through center red, Ryan Sorge. Dumps and changes. As Greater Latrobe's Dylan Morris back there. Morris and the Wildcats. He sends it out to Krimboli. Here comes Krimboli. Has Hennigan with him. Krimboli with this shot. Save made by Brown. And there is no rebound.
Good job by the defenseman keeping Krimboli to the outside for that long shot. The right shot on the right wing. Not the best of angle, but you got to go to school a little bit there, Matt. Brown down in the butterfly. He's a tall goalie, so his torso is going to cover a lot. But if you're going to find some space when he's down, it's going to be up high, over the shoulders, over the glove, over the blocker.
Face-off won by Cathedral Prep. Duchesne skies it. Somehow it does not hit
anything.
The truss, Kevin, the truss. I always forget what to call that. It went literally through the truss. Architecture, now my specialty is. I've called games at rinks here.
I like to call them buttresses, but
even more fun. It has truss in it.
Yes.
Long shot, stick save made there. As trying to finish off that check and put his man on his buttress in the corner there was McBride. Back out it comes, thrown back towards the net. Blocker save made.
That's teamwork right there.
Indeed it is.
6:02 to go here, first period. Ramblers lead by 1 on a goal from Ethan Cunningham with the assist to Tucker Kinnear with a kind of a transition goal, right? A little neutral zone, change of direction, sudden change, turnover, attack. Stepped inside of that defenseman who had just blocked a shot earlier and was kind of feeling that. And they were able to take advantage of that. We're going to push the near side players out of the circle, and then they're going to drift back in. This one's going to be won by the Ramblers.
Long shot blocked as that one goes wide.
Came right at the official. That was deep in the corner right there.
Thrown back towards the net, and Kevin just was looking through the roster here as from the left point is pushed in, but Jackson Hayburn out of the lineup for Greater Latrobe. Didn't get the story there, but Hayburn second on the Wildcats in regular season scoring. He had 14 goals, 7 assists, 21 points. He's not on the ice here tonight. Neither is Cam Mikulski, who scored 11 regular season goals for Greater Latrobe.
I'm kind of scanning the crowd to see if I see anybody with, like crutches or something.
Just ask somebody in orange and black. They'll tell you.
That doesn't narrow it down for this game.
Certainly does not. Greater Latrobe pushing it back.
That's too many.
And the officials giving them a break there. I thought the arm was up for the penalty, but they called it off. Goodland trying to go through everybody, finds Rossi. Rossi looks it over, but his shot's blocked. Stepping in front of it, there's Matthias Sprickman.
The reason there's too many, Matt, is because he stepped off the bench and played the puck.
Got some fallen timber in front of the Latrobe bench and near us here in the neutral zone.
We got a yard sale.
Who was that? It was Pitbull and Kesha that were yelling timber obnoxiously about 11 years ago. Glad that's faded, but it's still seared into my brain.
Going down and yelling timber.
Back the other way, taking it away. Here comes Tucker Kinnear. Kinnear drags, shoots, and Flew makes it look easy.
Very similar technique on Flew, a tall goalie. He's down in that butterfly, making that glove save. There's not a lot of room for the shooters to target right there. The space seems to be up high. I slipped in a lacrosse reference. When you get a lot of things on the field, we call that a yard sale. We had 2 sticks on the ice there, so.
Yep. Timber. It's not even timber anymore.
It's composite.
Well, we take it that way. I don't think that Pitbull could get composite into that song either.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as
it's
catchy.
Going down, I'm yelling composite. That just doesn't roll off the tongue.
And it costs like $300-400 now too.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Long gone are the days, Kevin, of the all-wood CCM blades and sticks.
That's right, $30.
Yeah,
Titan I think was my first one, and the Sherwood. I used to love the Sherwood. $30 for the wood.
If you're looking for used hockey equipment, though, please stop by Play It Again Sports on Route 30, Greengate Shopping Plaza in Greensburg. They will maybe be able to find you some composite at a cheaper rate. Of course, one of our great sponsors here on TenbandTV.
Seamless. That's why you're a professional. Oh.
That one knuckled.
That was a knuckle puck.
And stopped there by Ian Brown off the stick of Brian Dumnich.
I'm going to recommend that these players attacking these goalies start dropping in some shot fakes. Get these goalies to go down. And then on their pads, maybe they can make the pass or something. They are tall, they are in the butterfly, and they are down early.
Face-off one comes back to the point. Goodland shoots. That deflects just wide. Hit a couple of things. Big check in the corner as Brady Sack steps up.
That was pinball, Matt. That would have went in. It would have said tilt.
It was pinball. To the net. Pad save made on that try there from Robert Rossi. We're talking wooden sticks and pinball in this game. We will take you back.
Oh.
Miller stepping up and bringing the boom as he flattens Nick Hoke.
Hoke right back up and in on the forecheck. And we're going to have a penalty call.
We are. And we will see ECP going back to getting their first try on the Penny.com power play. Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting.
Matt, that was a great read, but it's going to be evened up. There was another call after Preston Miller was called, and they're going to have a Rambler player go in.
Brady Sack going to sit down in the sin bin. It's like offsetting roughing calls.
One was interference, then roughing, and
so
it's 5-on-5.
Miller got the interference.
I was interpreting the signals there.
Sack got the roughing. I thought maybe you just kept hearing that Kesha song and just want to start breaking it down. Kevin, you think the highlight of the night here at RMU would be John Tucci singing the national anthem for both games here tonight, but the RMU Colonials, they're going dancing. They beat Youngstown State. They are on their way to March Madness.
Nice. We need a positive story.
Yeah, there's not much else to write home about.
I was checking in on that line earlier just to see what it was.
So RMU to the big dance, March Madness. They will represent the Pittsburgh area. Hopefully they have the same luck that Duquesne did last year. Unfortunately, the Duke's sub 500 this year. They're not going dancing. And Pitt, well, they could spit shine their shoes and it ain't going to matter. From the left point, shot goes wide there as Sprickman tried to put it on. ECP leads 1-0 as we hit the final 3 minutes here of this opening period. Up the left side, Brogan Murphy going to dump it in behind the ECP net. Ian Brown around here, cut off. Krimboli almost able to chip that pass back to Goodland at the point. Of course, Kevin, offsetting penalties here in the PIHL. It's not like the NHL. We stay 5-on-5, so we do not have any extra ice as the puck goes out of play.
Stays 5-on-5 in amateur. USA hockey rules. I should know, but I don't know if the NCAA goes 4-on-4.
I don't know.
As they're into their conference tournament weekend, Big Ten Final Four. NCHC's kicking off their tournament.
Oh, March, it is madness.
Love it.
And like Loverboy said, I'm loving every minute of it.
All kinds of musical references if you're new listener to Matt myself.
Are there any tariffs on Loverboy since they're Canadian? I think it's a reasonable question.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess it is.
If I could find a Loverboy cassette, I'd like to be able to get it at face value. Just saying. ECP bringing it back the other way. As Latrobe counters, Eli Meter dumps it around. Both teams get fresh lines on. Outlet pass here for Cunningham. He lets it fall into the zone. Now they get a touch back up. As Eli Meter up the right side finds Robert Rossi. Rossi breaks the line, trying to work his way around the defense there of Matthias Sprickman. Ramblers win it. McBriar.
Oh, good poke.
Pokes it ahead. Here comes Vinny Scalise. Scalise in the circles, hits the post, and the rebound loose and cleared. Scalise rings the bell, and then the defense of Greater Latrobe saves the goal. And I think that was Adam Pellis, Kevin, who cleared that loose puck out.
That was flush to the post. That ricocheted hard and went right back into Flu's backside, and it was lying on the ice there free. As we get a good look on the replay here, it was two players. First one through was 74. He seemed to miss it. And then it was another one who didn't turn his back so I could get a good look. Meter was the first defenseman to come through.
Yeah, I think it was Pellis that got it out of there. From the left point through traffic, hitting his own man. In front was Duccini, as that one rings off the rib cage of Ryland Sorge. And out of play.
I thought you were going to go with the you can ring my bell reference from the post there.
I can get that in there. Got former Latrobe coach Josh Warner walking past us here. Back before the Wildcat Network, Kevin, when I lived in Irwin, as this one's floated back towards the net, I covered a ton of Latrobe games at the Kirk Nevin Arena from 2013 through 17, part of that championship team in 2013, and then the team in 2017 that last made it to the Penguins Cup, falling to Plum and Fox Chapel head coach Ryan Lobig. Of course, if you remember that game, Kevin, Greater Latrobe had a great player, JT Schmizzy, and he got a concussion in the first period and never came back to the game, and the Wildcats were not the same that evening after that.
Did you have that note written on your pen? You picked up your pen and looked at it. Oh, it says Schmizzy on it. You remembered it.
Kevin, I have justice for all of Westmoreland County. I also have a Schmizzy for Judge pen that was given to me back in that time. What can I say? I got it all. I mean, I do. Let's just be honest, you know.
Ties together.
Top guys, buddy. Greater Latrobe trying to clear it out. Cut off at the line. Here comes Kinnear.
Look
out
out.
to the circle, and good restraint there by Latrobe's Brogan Murphy to not hit Sprickman there, because hit from behind are frowned upon and do lead to penalty time. Murphy going to bring it back. Final second, crosses the line as the horn sounds. 17 minutes of hockey in the books here on Neville Island. Your score after one: Erie Cathedral Prep 1, Greater Latrobe nothing. You're watching the 2025 Road to the Penguins Cup, the PIHL Class AA playoffs. Period number 2 coming up when we come back here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh. Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today, and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, ready to get period number 2 underway. Class 2A semifinal round matchup. Number 2, Erie Cathedral Prep leads number 3, Greater Latrobe 1-0 after one, alongside Kevin Zilmansky, Matt Vandriak, center ice with you here on TenbandTV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Kevin, 1 goal in the first period, and for Cathedral Prep, it was Ethan Cunningham who, to borrow one from Mike Lang, tickled the twine.
Yeah, his first of the playoffs, 12th of the season, assist to number 38, Tucker Kinnear.
Puck skipping through at the point there, unable to keep it in, is Nigel Morris. Long shot by Latrobe, goes wide. We have a set of brothers for the Wildcats, both Dylan and Nigel Morris. Poke towards the net, loose puck, and trying to turn it over was Miller, but it was too much of a hop as it gets away. Back to the Latrobe end, Bryant Dumnich.
Miller's listed as a defenseman, but I think he's playing left wing on this shift right now.
Seen him do a little bit of everything, versatility. And here he comes, Preston Miller. Moves the puck ahead. That's going to be Dylan Morris. Bumped off the puck. The Morris brothers out there. Morris squared. Dylan back to Nigel. And lead feed. Cunningham able to knock that one down, trying to split the defense. And cut off well by Nigel Morris. Morris gets it out. Chipped away, though, by Garrett Schwartz. And back the other way. Now comes Dylan Morris.
Oh, fancy
Morris
footwork.
to Miller. Backhand try in tight. And Crimboli couldn't finish it. Out to the right point. Shot on blocked on that try there by Dumnich. And the puck ends up on the net where it's covered up by Brock Flew. You may never outgrow your favorite sports, but you may outgrow your equipment. Play It Again Sports. Route 30 East in the Greengate Shopping Center in Greensburg provides an easy way to sell your quality used sports and fitness gear and get paid on the spot or trade up for what you need now. Don't pay $500 for composite. Go to Play It Again Sports.
Look for Sherwood 50-30 PMP back in the day.
I think Rod Buskus used that stick. No. Todd Kazarowski of Ten Band says, no, Coho, that's the way to go. Yeah. You guys can talk about old sticks. You both have been around the game for a minute. Kevin, we'll talk about this playoff lineage, too, for Greater Latrobe, speaking of being around the game, because I had the pleasure of calling some of those championship games, and we both worked the last time that Latrobe made it to the Penguins Cup in 17.
Both teams have won 4 Penguin Cups. We'll get to some of that at a break.
Lead feed up the left side, hustling after it there is Logan Morris for ECP. And he can't put it in front. Here's a lead pass back the other way. Opportunity for Murphy. And a great dive and sliding effort by Michael Corritor.
No penalty shot. It's just a trip. He's lobbying for a penalty shot. He was not that much in the clear, but it was absolutely a penalty. So good lane by Brogan Murphy, and it was an excellent pass through the two outstretched sticks in the neutral zone where he was able, a little bit of a hand grenade when it hit his stick, to track it down and didn't get a good shot.
Penny.com power play coming up here for the Wildcats. Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace, and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting. So power play try number 2 for Greater Latrobe. 0 for 1 on the Penny.com power play tonight, and a good start for the Ramblers. They push it the length of the rink and kill some clock. Back with it come the Wildcats. Over to the right side. Sidestepping a man is Trice, but he's cut off. Good work there by Logan Morris, who sent it the length of the rink. Short-handed forward check by Sorge. Sorge going to send it all the way back to his defense. And Matthias Sprickman, the son of head coach Mark Sprickman, works his way around, passing it off to his defense partner, Logan Morris. Trying to come back here to Sprickman. Sprickman banks it off the boards, but a good job there by Crimboli to keep it in. However, the second try, and Sprickman sends the length of the rink as we're almost a minute into this Latrobe Penny.com power play.
Good job there, ragging the puck in their own zone for the Ramblers. You don't often see that in your own zone.
Dumnich all the way down, drops it back to Crimboli. You can't turn it over. And the defense is there for Cathedral Prep. Good job by Chris Brucey. He'll send it the length. And Goodland sets it up with 45 ticks remaining on this Latrobe Penny.com power play. Through center head, Crimboli trying to find room as he goes to the right side. Crimboli in tight, hits the outside of the post, and it's covered up by Ian Brown.
So we're 34 seconds in, so we're 1:26 into this one, the second opportunity and a man advantage for the Wildcats. Neither power play has been particularly impressive in the ability to set up and move it around. This one has been more Ramblers with possession as the Wildcats fail to win that one, and it gets cleared by the Ramblers.
So here at Cathedral Prep's penalty kill. A good job here so far. They were killing at an 83.3% clip on the regular season. Held Armstrong 0 for 5 with the man advantage in the quarterfinals. Latrobe 2 for 9 coming into tonight on the power play in the series between these teams. 2 for 10 with 10 seconds remaining on this 11th power play chance, and unable to get it out. Now a second chance, pushed in, kept in at the line. Good job there by Trice. Long shot, blocked in front. And the Ramblers kill the Latrobe Penny.com power play. Backhanded out by Cathedral Prep's Chris Brucey. Eli Meter turns it back. Bouncing puck, sticked out by Brown. He's going to take the safe route, cover and hold.
Yeah, I kind of surveyed the situation. I thought he could have moved it and kept the play rolling, but Brown decided to cover that. As we've ticked down to 12:29 here in this second period, excuse me. It's going to be for the Wildcats. It's going to be Dylan Moore stepping into the circle. He's going to be opposed by Vinny Scalise here for this draw. The Ramblers got a wing on the right side looking to streak if they win it, and they do, and they're going to go for the, he didn't take off.
Sends it back to the Latrobe end, and Nigel Morris will chase it down. Up the right side, Crimboli pushed off the puck over there by Vinny Scalise. And putting it back into the Wildcat zone. Dumnich will take it. Off the midsection of Sorge, who's unable to find the bouncing puck. And Latrobe will bring it back the other way. Brogan Murphy back behind the Greater Latrobe net. Behind the ECP net, where Logan Morris will find it. Turning try, it's a high stick on the puck. And Dylan Morris touches it, turns it to the net, but the face-off back to the neutral zone. That wouldn't have counted had it gone in.
A little bit of a dangerous decision to go through the center of their own zone there on that, but they got it elevated enough where Morris had to knock it down with a high stick. So that's going to bring the draw all the way back into the Latrobe zone to the left of Flew. And it's going to be Scalise and Morris again on the draw. This time in the Latrobe zone as Morris is going to get waved. Then Crimboli's going to step in.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. Crimboli trying to turn it back to Morris. And ECP comes away with the puck. Bodies bang in the corner. Nigel Morris to the right side. Crimboli skates it in. Crimboli, long shot off the cuff of the glove of the keeper, Brown. And then hammered is Crimboli, who's still down, and then a second one. And now we're going to have some pleasantries exchanged as Scalise brought some thunder, and Crimboli is still down, and then he knocked down another Wildcat after that. And Crimboli is still down.
Man, he got on the one leg right there. As I got to look on the stream as it was coming. It kind of engaged right around the goal line. Crimboli took the worst of it as he got to be on one leg off balance, and he was really planted into the boards there. So the officials are now having a conversation to figure out what they can assess. Crimboli on the dump in, he gets engaged and he just gets a little bit off balance. The result is worse than what the hit looked like. So it's going to be real interesting if they're going to call something on the initial. I think you might see something assessed to the Wildcats.
Both boxes are open, so it might be the after the play extracurriculars that are going to lead to
the
coincidental
retaliation
minors.
for Brogan Murphy. I think is going to get one.
Well, Kevin, the road to the Penguins Cup means all eyes are on us amongst high school hockey fans. And if you'd like to advertise your business or organization, there's still time to get on TenbandTV for the Penguins Cup and Pennsylvania State Championship games. See tenband.tv/advertise or scan the QR codes you see in the lower right corner during tonight's game. Trust me, it's money well spent. Because who doesn't want to hear me and Kevin talk about old wooden sticks and chili goals?
Well, yeah, they missed our discussion in the first semi about some of the music. We need the Jeopardy theme here as we're having a conclave of zebras right down below us. There are two officials and a linesman having a discussion about what they want to assess. You see Morris there. He's having a conversation with Ashton Duccini. And there's the zebra official conclave. Some head nodding, some discussion. I don't think they're talking about what they're going to get on DoorDash or anything.
Well, maybe they're looking for some of that pasta you were craving in game one.
So, while we got a time, let's talk about the history of these teams. 4 Penguin Cup championships for the Wildcats. 2008, 9, and 10. 3 consecutive ones with basically a team that was together for a very long time. They did not win in 2011. They lost in the semifinals to
Bishop Canavan.
Yours truly.
That's
when I won my only state championship. Thank you very much. They come back and won in 2013. All 4 of those years, they also won the Pennsylvania Cup in 2A. So 8, 9, 10, and 13. Cathedral Prep has a history of up and down between 2 and 3A. They won the 3A championship in 1984, the 2A in 1997, the 2A again in 2015, and then the 3A the next year in 2016. They won the Pennsylvania Cup in all 3 of the first times they won it, and then in 2016 they lost to LaSalle.
Well, Kevin, as I take myself down memory lane, I called the 2008 and 2009 Latrobe championship wins at the old Mellon Arena. Bishop Canavan in 2011, you beat Peters Township, if I'm correct, right?
In the Penguin Cup.
I called that game as well.
We beat the...
And in 2013, I called Greater Latrobe's Penguins Cup win over Pine Richland. Not only was that on the then MSA Sports Network, it was also on WCNSAM in Latrobe.
I was still coaching. I called a lot of those that were taped with Paul Steigerwald and then later played on what was then like Root Sports and then Fox Sports Pittsburgh and all that. They would replay
Chance that might be happening this year. A monitor didn't fall on Steigy's head during the high school broadcast, did it? That was only the Saddle Dome.
No, we were usually not far from you guys, and I would parachute in for the Penguin Cup championships, all 3 levels. Now we're going to have an explanation to the coaches.
You do remember what I'm talking about when Paul Steigerwald and Mike Ling were calling a game in Calgary in 1991, and the monitor fell on Steigy's head, and all you hear is Lang calling the play, pass it to the left wing, chasing after Lemieux, and he just says casually, "Oh, a monitor just fell on Steigy's head. Here comes Lemieux."
Back to the action.
Rest in peace, Mike Lang, the greatest to ever do it, and a man who has influenced every one of us in Pittsburgh who are calling hockey on any level, myself included. My first exposure to the Pittsburgh Penguins was on a transistor radio in 1985. Yes. Penguins against the Kings on the West Coast. The Pens lost 10-5, but Mike Lang made Mario Lemieux sound like the second coming of Jesus Christ. And his descriptions, calls of that night had me hooked before I ever watched a second of professional hockey. I haven't looked back since.
I was listening on a transistor radio years before that, when there wasn't much to root for except Mike Bullard. We got a power play opportunity here.
To the net, save made. Turning it on, there is Dumnich. So the extra penalty is against Cathedral Prep, which will send Latrobe to the Penny.com power play for the third time. We'll hope Austin gives us the announcement. If not, Kevin, check when it's posted online. But regardless, Latrobe with the man advantage. They go back to the Penny.com power play. 2 and 10 for Scalise for boarding. To the net, wide there from Goodland. Krimboli to Goodland. Circle shot, save made. So Brogan Murphy got called for roughing. Scalise got 2 and 10. There should be one more Latrobe penalty. ECP penalty for the extracurricular. I can't see who else in the box. No. Bodies banging down low.
McBriar is in there. He's probably serving.
He's serving the 2.
Number 9 is in there.
Scalise is in there.
And that's the only 2 that's in the box.
Well, if Murphy's in the box, then where did the
extra 2 come for the man advantage?
Save made. Okay, he just said something about roughing. So McBriar did get penalized.
He did.
Okay.
Now that makes sense.
Kind of. 40 seconds left in the Penny.com power play. Here comes Miller coast to coast, breaks the zone, bodied up well by Michael Korator. Pellis backhanding it towards the net, cut off there by the ECP defense. Dumnich and Pellis both after it. Pellich comes away back to the right point and
fumbled it.
Yep, out it comes. Final 20 seconds here of this Wildcats Penny.com power play. Miller floating it towards the net. Around the horn it goes. And Matthias Sprickman after it there. Pushed back towards the net by Dumnich. Cut off there by Sprickman. And he banks it off the boards the length of the rink, and that will kill the Greater Latrobe Penny.com power play. So the Wildcats, Kevin, 0 for 3 with the man advantage. And that really is the difference in this game right now.
Yeah, Matt, I was going to make that point at the end. I mean, Coach Ferguson was really confident in his special teams, but if things don't go their way today, they're going to look back on all those power play opportunities as one of the reasons they didn't win.
Pellis off the drop pass from Rossi, fires wide, and this one out of play. Face-off will, I believe, come out. That shot was not impeded, so Murphy out of the box for his roughing minor. He and McBriar. And then some time still to serve for Erie Cathedral Prep's Vinny Scalise. Drawing the circle, won by the Ramblers. Morris moves it ahead. And Brucey, little give and go. Brucey, back shot on. Big save made there is Kinnear and Brucey. Back and forth, but the stop made by Brock Flew.
Yeah, that was well done in transition.
Bodies scrummed together in the corner. Out with it come the Wildcats. This was going to be sent the length of the rink. Icing call there as Hennigan sends it all the way down to our left.
The pace has slowed a bit. The review, the discussion of the penalties. Quite a few icings. Some stoppages from the goaltenders holding it. We still have 8:43 to go here in the second. It's a 1-0 lead for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, the 2 seed over the 3 seed. The Prep Ramblers trying to get a late change, not going to allow that. 13 should be right against the boards. Don't stand in the middle if you want to change.
Out he goes as ECP wins, and Cunningham centers. And nobody home there as the Ramblers working here. Fritz turns it back towards the net, and out with it comes Greater Latrobe, but stolen, and Sprickman going to bring it back the other way. Matthias Sprickman dumps it down low, hustling after it. There's Brucey. Brucey putting the pressure on, but spinning away his meter for the Wildcats. He'll set up behind his own net. Meter up the right side, and dumps it back to the neutral zone, taken back by Duchini. Over here to the near side, Sprickman floats it in. Cunningham will give chase. Meter will get there first for Latrobe. Miller calling for the puck. He'll get that lead feed. Miller breaks it into the ECP zone, but turned back there, stepping up for the Ramblers was Henry Fritz.
Good decision by Tucker Kinnear. He was going to lay an open ice hit there. Probably would have get called, so he pulled back right inside the blue line.
Players tied up in the left wing wall, and across it goes. There's a almost steal, but a good job by ECP to find it. Back to the circle, and it's taken back by Dumnich. Dumnich dumps, but has it stolen back the other way by Sprickman. Back the other way, Latrobe with the steal. In the circle, Rister coming blocked as Dylan Morris tried to put it on, and Ashton Duchini breaks it up. Good job by Meter hustling back to cut off that scoring try there as he keeps Fritz from breaking in for the Ramblers. Krimboli chipping it ahead. And Murphy has it stolen back. Sprickman going to go coast to coast. Sprickman, little drop pass in the circle. Rister coming, fired wide by Sorge. From the left point, Logan Morris dumps it in. Centering try from behind the net as Sorge was looking for McBriar. Cut off by Krimboli. He leads the charge back for the Wildcats. Krimboli passing to himself as he gets around a man. Centers, has a man in tight, and fanning on it was Rossi. Thinks Sprickman might have got a piece of it. Trice to the net. Brown closes the door. And then Morris does his goaltender no favors by putting Murphy on top of him.
That's a name I was thinking about earlier, Matt, as I get a look at the Krimboli tries to put it between his legs as he sidesteps and centers that. He's been kind of quiet for the Wildcats. A 25 goal scorer, 23 of them in the regular season. I remember watching him last year in this round. He's a very talented player as a freshman. Saw the stats, but he's got to get the offense generated for this Wildcats team. They're relying upon him to be one of the offensive leaders here today.
Face-off one comes back to the left point, and around the horn it goes. Trice. Ooh. Rising shot blocker, save made as Brown fights it off.
That was targeted, man.
Right point try, deflected just wide. And Latrobe sustaining some zone time here and getting some scoring chances. Tough angle try, and Brown shuts the door as Dale Hennigan put it back on from the left circle.
So, really good work there on the pinch by Rossi, and then the cover. That was it wasn't Rossi, it was Trice. He had the shot targeted for that corner, so he pinched twice, and then Rossi covered him. I think Rossi's playing a little bit of offense right now, but that was probably the best sequence offensively in the O-zone for the Wildcats so far here in this game, and they're going to get an offensive zone face-off to try to keep that momentum going. Pellis is going to step in.
And Pellis pushing it down, cut off. Trice from the point, tries to keep. He does, gets it to Miller. Throw it to the net, stick save made by Brown with Pellis providing the screen in front. Miller to Trice. Blocked down by the defense of the Ramblers, and Cunningham leads the charge, trying to push the puck ahead. Here comes Brucey. Brucey coming out after it and diving out of the net. There's Brock Flew to get a poke check. Not sure Brucey would have been able to turn it over. In front, Brucey can't turn that over. Then the second try with the backhander blocked as Rossi got in front of it.
Good pass from the same side instead of going around the net. We've seen that a few times here today.
Miller dumps it in. Latrobe gets some fresh troops on behind the play. Miller battling down there against Korator. Pellis joins the scrum along with Fritz over to the far side. Wide it goes. Miller finds it. Miller bodied up. Good check there. Stepping up is Michael Korator. Nigel Morris dumps it back into the ECP zone. And back the other way comes Sprickman. Sprickman tries to drop it to Cunningham. Stolen away by Pellis. Lead feed too far. And icing the call. Good to see Crimboli back out there, Kevin, who's shaken up. He's back out there for Greater Latrobe. That would have been a big loss as Crimboli, the leading point getter in the regular season for the Wildcats. He had 40 regular season points, 23 goals, 17 assists.
He almost timed it well. If he would have just stayed near the bench on that clear, he would have got the stretch pass behind the defense.
Crimboli scoring twice in Greater Latrobe's opening round win over Hempfield. And Dumnich up the right side finds Crimboli. Crimboli banks it off the boards. Dylan Morris, the first man there, back to Crimboli, but he can't handle the bouncing puck. And pushing it out for Cathedral Prep is Jared Montagna. To the far wall, dumped back in by Dumnich. Murphy gives chase, but cut off by the ECP defense. To the point, Morris can't hold for the Wildcats. And it goes back into the Greater Latrobe end, where Dylan Morris regroups, trying to avoid the forecheck there of McBriar. He'll take it around the far side and sends it on to Crimboli, trying to chip it ahead to himself. Cut off at the line. Good defense there by Garrett Schwartz. Up here to the near side. And ECP to the far boards it goes. Breaking the zone now. Here comes Montagna. His shot goes wide. Over to the far wall. Greater Latrobe. Crimboli trying to find Murphy on that lead pass. And that's going to be a penalty against ECP for interference. As stepping in front of the man there was Garrett Schwartz. And he's heading to the sin bin. Latrobe will get their fourth try now on the Penny.com power play.
Schwartz stepped in front of him and dislodged the stick from the grasp of the offensive player for the Wildcats as my partner is shaking his hips to the...
My buttress.
His bootay to I fought the law and the law won. So it's going to be another opportunity on the Penny.com power play. Wildcats got to get it going on this one.
Fourth try for Latrobe. They're 0 for 3.
They can't win the draw and a clear right away.
Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn more about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting. Miller protects the puck as he brings it down the far wall. Circle spins, tries to push it back. Good work by Erie Cathedral Prep. That's Tucker Kinnear, and he'll send it out. All the way to the net, stick down, and that forces Flew to cover it. And the face-off in the Latrobe zone to our right, 27 seconds into this Wildcats Penny.com power play.
Well done by Henry Fritz right there, using the speed to get in on Flew and force him to cover. Man, I mean, is it fair to say that their power play's been pretty ineffective so far?
Very ineffective. That's an understatement. I mean, fairly ineffective. It's not been an eventful 3 previous tries for Greater Latrobe, but give credit as well to this Erie Cathedral Prep penalty kill. They've been very good tonight.
It's been a non-threatening power play unit, and the penalty killing has been very, very good for the Ramblers.
They held Armstrong 0 for 5 on the power play, where the Riverhawks in that opening round win for Erie Cathedral Prep, and Latrobe was just 2 for 9 in the 2 games on the regular season against the Ramblers as well. They are now 2 for 12. With this being the 13th chance on the regular and postseason. And as we said, that Brown had to handle that bouncing puck, but ECP sends it out. Final 50 seconds now of this Penny.com power play try for the Wildcats. Pellis crosses center red, dumps it in. Brown very active with the stick, Kevin. I've noticed that this evening. I noticed it in the All-Star game, too. That Brown, like a previous NHL goalie in black and orange, Ron Hextall, very good with the stick. I hope that Brown would be a general manager than Hextall was. Wrister thrown back towards the net. Dumnich gets it on, and Brown says no. We try to forget those years. Somewhere Kasperi Kapanen and Jeff Carter are probably still smiling.
The Wildcats just seem to be a touch slow on where they want to move it on the power play. And when you combine that with the aggressive penalty kill of the Ramblers, I mean, they weren't outnumbering them. At one point, the Wildcats had their back to goal, and there was 2 white jerseys surrounding them. They need the outlet, you need to communicate, you need to call for it, and you need to get the puck moving so that when they're aggressive, you can trap them out of position to get closer to the goaltender Brown to make a play, and just none of that's happening.
Face-off win by the Ramblers, cleared out by Brucey. And we're down to 20 seconds remaining here on this Greater Latrobe Penny.com power play. Up the right side, here comes Caleb Trice. He's going to take it coast to coast as he breaks the Ramblers line, dumps it down, and the first man there is going to be Corator. Can't get it out. Crimboli keeps. Final 5 seconds now of this Penny.com power play, and that puck jumps over the stick of Trice at the right circle. He's going to bring it down, shoots it on, fought off, rebound, cleared. And out of the box, back the other way, it's Schwartz. In tight, save made. As Flew denial seems it had to come. Out of the box with Schwartz on the breakaway, and Flew gets the right pad down.
That's a big save.
Crimboli in tight, tries to roof it and rips it high and wide, out of play. So back and forth we go there.
Opening up a little bit, I talked about having to shoot high. And Crimboli, that's an example of that right there, Matt, with those tall goalies going down in the butterfly. But the risk there is that when you miss the net and don't hit the target, you go over the crossbar, and oftentimes you go over the glass. So it's going to be a face-off in the offensive zone. But the Wildcats, ineffective on the power play, gave up the breakaway out of the box. No communication between Flew and the defenseman there to back off.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. Miller tries to wrist it through, and a great block by Cunningham for the Ramblers to get that big body in front of the shot. Into the lower left corner, Dylan Morris coming out with it now, going to try to wrap it all the way around, bodied up there by Kinnear. And back and forth we go. Miller has the puck. Miller looking it over, trying to find some way to get it towards the net. Miller tries to wrap it around, and that shot was blocked. Good job there by Speckman to get in front of it. Sprickman, that is, and back out to center ed. Final minute of this second period. Miller dumps it in. Fritz turns it over here to the near side. Logan Morris crosses center ed, dumps it in. Dumnich battling there, but puck won by Cathedral Prep's Kinnear. Into the corner, big hit. And then two Wildcats end up on top of the Prep player, and we have a penalty coming up here. And still down on the play.
It was a three-person pile.
Yeah, Greater Latrobe's Dale Hennigan got hit hard in the corner there by Kinnear. And the Wildcats are going to go to the penalty box for the first time tonight, which will give Erie Cathedral Prep a chance on the Penny.com power play. On the regular season, Kevin, ECP, 31.4% conversion rate. Greater Latrobe killing it an 81.2% clip.
You get a look on the screen, it was Tucker Kinnear that was on the bottom of that pile. It was Dale Hennigan on top of him, and then it was the Bryant Dutnich with the penalty. He was the third person on top.
Cathedral Prep 2 for 6 in that opening round win over Armstrong with the man advantage. Greater Latrobe held Hempfield to 0 for 3 with the man advantage in their opening round victory. Erie Cathedral Prep was 3 for 8 on the power play versus the Wildcats during the regular season.
So it's Dumich.
Holding.
Yep.
And ECP to the man advantage. 27 ticks left in the second period clock. If the Ramblers don't find the net, this Penny.com power play will carry over to the third period. Duchini from the point, save made. I don't think Flew saw it, but he got enough of it to make the stop and send it out of play.
Get that chance from winning the offensive zone draw there. It is Kinnear who's been taking the draws. This time they're just going to tie him up.
Kinnear wins it, comes back to the left point, and Sprickman finds his man. Kinnear shot, state safe, rebound, score! A Penny.com power play goal. Chris Brucey puts the mesh in motion. And with 11 seconds left in the second period, the Ramblers have a 2-0 lead.
Well, Matt, this is well executed. We're going to break this down. They're going to tie up the opposing center, and then he's going to come way up high. See how he gets it right up at the blue line, creates a little space, a little runway for himself, and then the screen goes to the net. It's Cunningham. We talked about his size earlier. That was a really well executed draw, set play, where the centerman ties up, the winger comes in and wins it. He goes back to the near point. They go to the far point, who goes back to the center, who looped up high and created some space. He had a lot of room to walk in, Cunningham in front, and they get the second goal of the game.
Penny.com power play goal for ECP as Chris Brucey stakes the Ramblers to a 2-0 lead after 2. 2 chapters written, at least one more still to be told here at RMU on Neville Island. Class AA semifinals. It's Erie Cathedral Prep 2, Greater Latrobe nothing. We'll take a break and we'll be back with period number 3. You are watching the 2025 Road to the PIHL Penguins Cup on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Look at him, right up.
Put in, hustling in here now is Henry Fritz. Fritz gets flattened behind the net. Puck comes out of the slot, looking it over, wrister blocked. Follow-up try, shooting it over the net. And around the horn it goes. Erie Cathedral Prep trying to exit. Miller steps up, and then a big hit in front of the bench as Pellis is taken over there by Vinny Scalise. Down, Morris floats it up the left side here, looking for Ethan Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham trying to get around the defense. Low drop pass, pushed on that. Save made, rebound, score! Ethan Cunningham puts the mesh in motion, and the Ramblers take the one. Dumnich dumps it down. Behind the net, after it there for Latrobe is Dale Hennigan. Hennigan taken down, and Cathedral Preps head into this.
Now, which coach said special teams was their strength, but on that first.
That would have been Ferguson, I believe. Rising shot, save made there as it's put over Dylan Morris back there. Morris and the Wildcats. He sends it out to Crimboli. Here comes Crimboli. Has Hennigan with him. Crimboli with this shot, save made by Brown. Scored 11 regular season goals for Greater Latrobe.
I'm kind of scanning the crowd to see if I see anybody with, like crutches or something.
Just at a cheaper rate. Of course, one of our great sponsors here on TenbandTV.
Seamless. That's why you're a professional. Oh.
That one knuckled.
That was a knuckle
He
pump.
breaks the line, trying to work his way around the defense there of Matthias Sprickman. Ramblers win it. McBriar.
Oh, good poke.
Pokes it ahead. Here comes Vinny Scalise. Scalise in the circles, hits the post, and the rebound loose and cleared. Scalise rings the... And he can't put it in front. Here's a lead pass back the other way. Opportunity for Murphy, and a great dive and sliding effort by Michael Corritor. On power play. Through center Ed Crimboli, trying to find room as he goes to the right side. Crimboli in tight, hits the outside of the post, and it's covered up by Ian Brown. To the right side, Crimboli skates it in. Crimboli, long shot off the cuff of the glove of the keeper, Brown, and then hammered is Crimboli, who's still down, and then a second one. And now we're going to have some pleasantries exchanged as Scalise dumps, but has it stolen back the other way by Sprickman. Back the other way, Latrobe with the steal. In the circle, Rister coming blocked as Dylan Morris tried to put it on, and was Rossi. Thinks Sprickman might have got a piece of it. Trice to the net. Brown closes the door. And then Latrobe sustaining some zone time here and getting some scoring chances. Tough angle try, and Brown shuts the door as Hextall, very good with the stick. I hope that Brown would be a general manager than Hextall was. Rister thrown back towards the net. Dumnich gets it on, and Brown says no. Power play, and that puck jumps over the stick of Trice at the right circle. He's going to bring it down, shoots it on, fought off, rebound, cleared. And out of the box, back the cleared. And out of the box, back the other way, it's Schwartz. In tight, save made. As flew denial, seems it had to come. Pad down.
That's a big save.
Crimboli in tight, tries to roof it and rips it high and wide, out of play. So back and forth we go there. Kinnear wins it, comes back to the left point. And Sprickman finds his man. Kinnear shot, state save, rebound, score! A Penny.com power play goal.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What? It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, getting ready to start period number 3, Class AA semifinal round matchup. Erie Cathedral Prep leads Greater Latrobe 2-0 alongside Kevin Somansky, Matt Vandriak with you on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV. Time now for your scoring recap. It's brought to you by Play It Again Sports. Visit Play It Again Sports on Route 30 in Hempfield at the Green Gate East Shopping Center. You may never outgrow your favorite sports, but you may outgrow your equipment. Play It Again Sports provides an easy way to sell your quality used sports and fitness gear and get paid on the spot or trade it up for what you need now. Kevin with the scoring recap.
There was Ethan Cunningham on the first goal. He got that lane on the inside of the dots. The defenseman went a little bit too wide. His first of the playoffs from Tucker Kinnear. And that was the Ramblers. This is the power play goal where they won the draw, got it to the left point, back to the right point, and there's Kinnear again. He comes really high in his zone, gets that pass, skates with a lot of runway right there. Ethan Cunningham in front of the net, and it's going to be Chris Brucey tapping that one home for his second of the playoffs assist to Kinnear and Sprickman. That gives the Wildcats a 2-goal lead. a really well-executed playoff face-off there, Matt, for the Wildcats to get that second goal.
And a penny.com power play goal at that. Again, thank you to Play It Again Sports, located on Route 30 East in the Green Gate Shopping Plaza in Hempfield Township. Play It Again Sports, a proud sponsor of PIHL high school hockey coverage here on TenbandTV all season long, and we thank them. So, Kevin, third period coming up here. 1-0 all the way till there's 11 ticks left in that second period. Then Cathedral Prep gets the PPG, the penny.com power play goal, to double that lead to 2-0. Got to put the coaching hat on you now. What are these two teams going to be doing? What do these coaches say in the locker room for each side?
Well, if I'm Coach Sprickman, I don't want to change very much. I think the Ramblers have had the better of the play. They've been physical when they needed to be. They've been defensively solid, and they've frustrated the Wildcats' offense to very few threatening opportunities. If you're the Wildcats and Coach Ferguson, yeah, I was thinking about it was Coach Brickman was talking about his defense leading the rush. We haven't seen too much of that, but that's exactly what the Wildcats need. They're going to need to get some numbers activated to create some odd number rushes or odd number battles in the corners where they win something. And they obviously, if they get another chance, they need to be better on the power play.
That's the big difference, Kevin. ECP 1 for 1 with the man advantage. Greater Latrobe 0 for 4. As we have a fresh sheet of ice and the team switch sides. No, you are not gazing into a hole in Philadelphia. Everybody wears black and orange here for these sides. Greater Latrobe left to right in the dark black. Right to left ECP in the white, orange, and black. I was going to get one dig in for the city of Brotherly Love before this one was said and done. I can't help myself. ECP setting up. Again, the winner of this game will take on top-seeded Fox Chapel. That game next Tuesday night, March the 18th, 6:15 p.m. at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry for the 2A Penguins Cup, and then the Pennsylvania Cup here on the west side of the state. West side, best side. All right, I'm not stopping yet. But we'll have those games for you here on TenbandTV on Saturday the 22nd. 4 championships this year, Kevin. There's a D2 Cup this year.
There's a D2 championship game. It's something that the league and the East Side have been trying to set up. So they're going to play at 11 a.m. It's going to have its own name, its own logo.
I feel I'm not going to be available for that one due to March Madness being the night before. In front, redirect save made, loose puck, and unable to turn it over in front was Krimboli.
Then we're going to play at 1, 3, and 5 for A, 2A, and 3A.
I should be recovered by 3.
I will be in my seat over there. Not sure when I'm going to be here. Are you going to be here for 3? Am I here with you on 3? I'm getting a nod from the boss to the left. So I'll be here. We'll see if you show up.
Yeah, it's those first 2 days of March Madness tend to carry over into Saturday, but see if I can pull myself together enough to call the 2A championship game. Todd, I'm probably not going to be doing the D2 game, though.
Give the people what they want.
Well, you got to give Matt Vandriak what he wants too, and March Madness is my one time of the year where I've told people this before, I would quit my job or miss the birth of a child. As soon as the vacation calendar comes out, Kevin, those are the first 2 days I take off. Back the other way. I don't have any kids, at least I don't think, as Sprickman brings it back the other way. Centering try, big save made. Cunningham puts it on, and Brock flew, keeping Latrobe in striking distance and throwing it back, and flew with the blocker save.
That was a good blocker save on the recycled point shot right there. That one looked like it was going to go over, and it dipped enough where Flew had to blocker it over the net.
Well, Cathedral Prep, Kevin, has done a nice job of shutting down Latrobe. And the big difference is the special teams. We talked about at the intermission. Latrobe 0 for 4 with the man advantage. Here at Cathedral Prep, 1 power play, 1 goal, and the Ramblers lead by 2 as another blocker save made as Duccini broke the zone, but Flew keeps it out.
Yeah, the Wildcats staff is really going to be pointing to that as the reason.
Sword shoots. McBriar that shoots it goes wide. Puck takes a crazy bounce up in the air. Right point rip, it's blocked. And that ends up felling Murphy, who is army crawling to the bench. That was a heavy shot from Cunningham, and Murphy puts it on the line, literally lay it on the line.
Yeah, blocking shots is not fun.
I'll take your word on it, Kevin. I've never played ice hockey, and I would want to do that even after a strong weekend of March Madness.
The shin pads are much better nowadays than they were when I played.
Glove save made there by the keeper, Brock Flew. Like I said, my blocking shots goes back to ice hockey and deck hockey, wearing the old Milek pads on the street hockey and deck hockey level.
It's a good play by Sprickman in the neutral zone, and then turn that into a shot offensively, keeping the Wildcats from. They had a helicopter. The stick went flying.
Seriously, is chasing it down for Latrobe there is Rossi, and that's good eye. It's good awareness there by Flew to see his defenseman was chasing the stick, so he cuts the play off and covers up.
Cuts the play off a little bit outside the blue paint. Right there you see Flew as our director, Jess Levo, is waving over to us. So
I just thought we were saying hello.
Flew slid out of the blue paint to cover it. He's lucky he didn't get a delay call, but the officials gave that one to him.
So Flew keeps Latrobe from going further under the weather as they're down 2-0. Here to Cathedral prep. Through the neutral zone, and the Wildcats, Goodland can't break the zone. He dumps it down into the corner there. Ryland Swords for ECP, sends it out, back the other way. Here comes Tucker Kinnear. Kinnear with speed, leads a charge, 3-on-2, drops it back to Cunningham. Rising shot, and Flew stops it, and there is no rebound.
Good passing sequence and a shot for the Ramblers, and that is what we're not seeing from the Wildcats. It was a good pass. Tucker Kinnear come through the neutral zone. He and Cunningham have some good chemistry as line mates. He leaves the drop, and the big boy Cunningham gets a shot on goal right into the Wildcat logo.
Cunningham from the draw. Rister coming, fires wide, and it's out of play as Cunningham, big number 26, got some of the mane coming out of the helmet there. We noticed this, Kevin, too. None of these teams wearing the same jersey scheme colors. They all have bleached blonde hair for both sides.
Yeah, there was a look at Flew on that replay. Maybe I'll get into something after we get a chance here.
Well, you know what helps with the Flew? Bleach helps to. That's a different Flew. Crimboli back the other way. Great feed in front, in tight. Brown! Denial seems it had to come as Hennigan stopped by number 33 for ECP.
Well, that was one of the best sequences right there. We see the speed coming through the neutral zone, a little bit of a 3-on-1 or 2-on-1 with a back checker, and they're able to slide it across, and Brown comes across and makes that save for the Ramblers to keep the Wildcats off. That was the first time where an odd man rush for the Wildcats with speed to attack Brown, as he's gonna kill the play again here with a cover off the faceoff. But I had trouble back when we were playing those good Latrobe teams, Matt, at Canterbury. They kept hitting the goalie in the chest. And I used to talk about that circle acting as like a bullseye. Like they just kept hitting them right in the chest. And they had a big goalie back then too, whose name I can't remember.
I know who you mean. There was, oh my goodness, there's a couple of them. Ryan Powell was the goaltender for the last time that Latrobe went to the championship in 17, but I know who you meant because it was the same guy for, I think, really all three championships. Yeah, it was Ryan Powell. I can't remember who the guy was. Where's Josh Werner? He's down there. Former Latrobe coach. He could probably tell you. I had a good chat with him between periods.
I don't think he was coach back then in the 8, 9, and 10 season.
No, he wasn't.
The name I remember from those is Jeff Joe Ragu. I remember that name. They had a lot of good offensive players.
And also Tommy Ridge played defense, and he was a solid defenseman who I had nicknamed the Minister of Defense, as that time Pennsylvania had Governor Tom Ridge.
Yes.
Should have asked if the Robert Rossi out there is related to the Rossis that were on the team a couple years back as well. Haven't seen Latrobe in a while. We missed you.
Yes, there was a Rossi on all those teams too, and I think the mom was ran the organization, Mrs. Rossi.
Here comes Murphy back. Can't get around the defense. Good hustle by ECP's Logan Morris to break that one up.
2-on-2.
Here comes Cunningham, leads the charge, loses control of the puck though, and a good cut off there by Caleb Trice. Back the other way, Trice crosses center red, rips it off the near boards all the way around. Robert Rossi will be the first man to the puck. Back to the left point, shot blocked. And hustling after it, here's Chris Bruschi. Bruschi got that PPG to make it 2-0 ECP from the right circle. Big save by Flew as he kicks out the right leg to keep Bruschi from netting his second. Crisp pass from point to point. Schwartz on the right side to the net. Flew gets the stick on it to send it wide. ECP ahead now. I'm sorry, Latrobe is ahead now. Here comes Miller back 2-on-3. Has Hennigan with him, who toes the line and stays onside. But the around the horn pass comes to Cunningham, who gets it back out and into the Wildcat zone. Nigel Morris battling there. And the first man to the puck is Kinnear. Kinnear trying to reverse it back. Miller was right behind him, and he'll take the puck for the Wildcats. Around here to the near side. Hennigan has it go through his legs, taken back by Sprickman. Sprickman up the left side, trying to get that lead pass on the tape of Scalise. Scalise chasing, but the first man there's Nigel Morris. Wraps it around, bouncing puck turned back towards the net, and McBriar fans on that one.
And the winger tried to angle the stick to the supporting center who wasn't there.
From the point, shot on off the stick of Sprickman. Save made by Flew, and he holds the rebound.
Going to generate offense if you're the Wildcats. You got to get out of your zone cleanly. You got to get into transition, and you got to get numbers forward. We saw that on a 2-on-1. We've got to see it more frequently if they're going to climb out of this 2-0 hole with 11:02 to go.
Face off in the circle to the right of the Latrobe goal. Wildcats unable to find that puck as it's pushed back by Sorge. In the circle, looking it over and firing just wide for ECP was Vinny Scalise. Scalise the screen in front, save made. Actually, that was Sorge in front, and a good stop made by Dylan Flew through that, Brock Flew that is, through that screen there. Sprickman leads the charge back. Tries to shoot block, drops it back, looking it over in tight. Save made again. Scalise that time got it on, and Flew equal to the task. Spring and Latrobe back the other way. Trying to get around a man there. Good hustle by Dylan Morris. Tied up behind the net by ECP's Garrett Schwartz. And the Ramblers going to bring it back the other way, floating it towards the net. And ECP wants to get a line change.
That's an important part right there to remind your players right now, if you're Cathedral Prep and the staff, to keep those shifts short and change when you have the opportunity cleanly.
Latrobe keeps. Boley shoots and it's blocked. Nice job by the defense again of Erie Cathedral Prep. Getting in front of that shot there was Logan Morris. Cleared back to the neutral zone. Fed all the way in. Patted aside by Brown. ECP keeping it in. Centering it in front. Fritz tries to wrap it around.
There's
and Flew is down with the sickness. Diving stop to keep Greater Latrobe in the game.
That one was just kind of like fumbling around in the zone, and then all of a sudden it was a wraparound opportunity. As I get a look on the replay, just at the top of the circles, it's sent down below the goal line. He steps around a defenseman. He doesn't tomahawk his skates all the way out, but he centers it anyway, and it almost hits a stick and goes in the net.
What a save by Brock Flew to keep Latrobe's season and their hopes alive. Miller back the other way for the Wildcats. Also pains me to remember that the album The Sickness by Disturbed that I just referenced there is 25 years old this year. Miller on the far boards. Taken away, ECP. Miller can't keep it in as puck comes out. We'll do a neutral zone draw here.
Time keeps on ticking. Under 9 minutes at 8:59 right now for the Wildcats. Neutral zone draw. They might want to try to set something up here to get someone moving their feet. Instead, they're going to lose the draw, so good job by the Rambler centerman.
Cross ice pass stolen. Back the other way comes Jared Montagna. Montagna dumps it around to the far side. We'll see Cunningham after it there. And cleared back out. Montagna trying to outrush Rossi. He does just that. Actually, that wasn't Montagna. That's Nick Pugney, number 25. Equally sizable player out there, 25 and 26. Big boys out there for ECP into the zone and taken down the play. No call though. Rossi maybe trying to buy that one, and Matthias Sprickman takes it away, rips it off the far boards. Bouncing puck going to come all the way back past the net. Good awareness there by Flew. Patience. And the icing call moves the puck back into the face of this on the right zone to our right for ECP.
That's a big part of it. That's Flew doing his part to make sure there's an offensive zone draw, to give his team an opportunity. But credit the Ramblers. They've been very good on the face-offs here in this game, Matt. It's going to be Pellis that's going to step in. He's the right shot. Maybe he's going to look at the pull to Miller here on this near side boards. He pulls it to Dunich.
Dunich moves it all the way around to the far side. Miller able to keep for a second, but back the other way comes Scalise. Scalise drops it back. McBriar has his pocket picked. Here comes Joey Crimboli. Crimboli from the right circle. Stick save. Brown. The rebound takes an odd hop, but Brown on top of it.
Kind of an innocent shot right there, but Brown kind of played it into a dangerous rebound as Crimboli come down that right wing, and he throws it at the net from the top of the circles, and Brown slightly misplayed that one, but recovered very quickly.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. But then ECP gets the puck and bounces one back to the Latrobe net where it's controlled and covered by Flew.
So it gives me an opportunity to set up one of my pet peeves that I was coaching. The first face-off that Pellis won, he won it back to Dunich at the point, and then immediately he went right to the net, which you think would be good, but his opposing centerman was able to rush the point man and not give him enough time to look up. So as a centerman, you have to stay with that opposing centerman for a heartbeat or two.
McBriar trying to backhand that one home. Stopped again by Flew. Fed back to the net. Pat save Flew again. As Brock Flew coming up big for the Wildcats to keep them within striking distance. Rossi trying to bring it back the other way. Trips over his own man, Hennigan, but able to move the puck back into the ECP zone where Garrett Schwartz takes it, banks it. Back out it comes. Latrobe sends it in. Tuccini looks it over, sends it out. This one hits the buttress or truss, flying buttress. Into the bench. We'll face it off.
Another chance. Pellis is going to step in again here. You need a left shot if you're going to try to win it back. Matt, the Ramblers are excelling in the small details of this game here.
They've done a really good job, Kevin, the entire game. 1, of clogging up the neutral zone. 2, limiting Latrobe's chances. 3, Brown hasn't had a lot of difficult saves to make, and the special teams the difference here tonight.
Let me get a quick look at the shot.
Here comes Goodland. Little drop pass trying to find Pellis. It's behind him. Goodland can't handle it as he's tracked down off the glass. Dumlich keeps it in, but then kicked back out. Good hustle there by ECP's Henry Fritz.
The box score has a 27-23 advantage for the Wildcats in shots on goal. But of 27, there very few of those were very threatening shots.
And the degree of difficulty on saves has definitely belonged to Brock Flew, especially that diving stick save that's kept Latrobe in this one. This one sent the length of the rink, and the icing call back into the visiting zone. To our left, 6:12 left here. In regulation at Erie Cathedral Prep 2, Greater Latrobe nothing. The winner takes on top seed Fox Chapel. Tuesday night, March 18th, 6:15 p.m. at the UPMC Lemieux Complex in Cranberry for the 2025 Class 2A Penguins Cup Championship. We'll have it for you here on TenbandTV and Trib Live HSSN. 3A, 1A, Monday night. 2A, D2, Tuesday night. I got a lot more hockey left is what you're saying. Long shot to the net. Gee, love. Glove save by Flew. Back here on tomorrow night. The Class A semifinals will be on TenbandTV and Trib Live HSSN. Thursday night, the D2 semis. And as we mentioned, the Penguins Cup Championships starting Monday night and Tuesday night before the PA Cup is decided back here at RMU. Saturday, the 22nd of March, the, of course, Penguins Cup games at the UPMC Lemieux Complex up in Cranberry.
Nightcap tomorrow is Moon and Avonworth, I believe. I'm having a hard time remembering the first game.
Let's see if I can find that for you here.
On the A semi-smart. There's a nice looking stretch pass. He does get on sides. Really well done, but not able to connect, so it's going to be an icing as Pugney was trying to streak across the blue line. And, Matt, there's an example that they're not concerned about D-zone faceoffs late in this game with the 2-goal lead because they've been winning them.
Okay, tomorrow night, 6:45, it's Chartiers Valley and Mars. Then at 8:45, Moon and Avonworth. So the top teams from the blue and gold divisions, Char Valley and Moon, still alive. Number 2 from the blue, Mars. Number 3 from the blue, Avonworth. Shot to the net. So you could say the Class A playoffs have been blue. Da-doo-dee, da-doo-da. The Blue Man Group. Remember that? Yeah, that was terrible. Back the other way, trying to throw it to the net there for Erie Cathedral prep is Corator. If I'm going to sing, I got to do better than that. We did Donnie Iris a couple. Did that last week.
That was last Monday.
Yeah. Unknowingly shared that. Miller with the steal wrister from the left circle. He just misses. Out it comes, fed to the net. Brown loses it, and luckily his defense is there to get the clear. It's going to be an icing call against ECP, but they'll take it. Great awareness by Ashton Duchini to clear that one out.
Yeah, I had a hard time seeing through my view here on what happened on that one, but Brown just kind of lost it for a second. We saw that on the other one that hit him. Latrobe's got to be in position to capitalize on any misplayed or miscues here, but D-zone draw won again by the Ramblers, just crushing them on the dot.
Under 5 minutes left here in regulation. 2-0. Erie Cathedral prep in the lead. As the Ramblers, Kevin, look for their first title since 2016. Up the right side. Swords trying to give it back, and it's behind Scalise.
Nice stick right there by number 86 defensively, Dylan Morris.
Rossi going to track this one down in front. And a good piece of defense getting in front of that one by Corator to break up that centering feed. Dumnich sidesteps what would have been a nice hip check there. To the point it comes, nobody home as this one's sent all the way back into the Crater Latrobe zone as we approach 4 minutes. Stolen in front, Cunningham spinning, but the puck behind him, he ends up getting bumped into the net there by Robert Rossi. And back the other way comes Brogan Murphy. Murphy to the left wall, backhands it towards the ECP net, cut off there by Garrett Schwartz. Schwartz tries to slap it out. Dumnich kept it for a second, but back the other way comes Kinnear. Kinnear cross ice now, Brucey circles back, gives it off to Schwartz. And ECP content, Kevin, to play a little keep away now as we approach 3.5 left in regulation.
It's going to be an interesting matchup between the Ramblers and the Foxes.
Still have some time left in this one, but
thinking ahead if that happens.
Latrobe needs to get something going and going soon as the Ramblers will send this one the length of the rink for icing. Face off back into the ECP zone to our right.
So the Wildcats here, they're going to take a timeout. They're going to set up something on this draw. They're going to talk to Flew about when to come to the net, or to the bench, excuse me, and leave the net for the extra attacker. Right now, you're losing a large number of these faceoffs. So you got to talk about not only what you want to do when you win it, Matt. You got to talk about what you want to do when you lose it, and get some forwards getting behind the center of the Ramblers, put an extra guy on the boards, clear some space, but you got to attack that D when he wins it back because you're not getting possession. So that's always what you need to do on these timeouts, is talk about what you're going to do when you win it, but also discuss what you're going to do when you lose it. You got to draw it up. You got to give them all their assignments and their responsibilities. As we get a look at the Wildcats bench, I don't even see a whiteboard, Matt. That's a little concerning. To talking about who's going to go where. Nice shot from our camera over there next to the benches.
Got the best in the business here on TenbandTV and Trib Live HSSN. You're not going to get better hockey coverage, or really anything anywhere else. Might be a little bit biased, but If you'd like to advertise your business or organization, there's still time to get on TenbandTV for the Penguins Cup and Pennsylvania State Championship games. See TenbandTV/advertise or scan the QR codes you see in the lower right corner during tonight's game.
Blue's going to return to the net, so they're not going to go 6-on-5 right now. You could have maybe used that extra attacker to try to get possession. But Kinnear has been doing really well for the Ramblers on the dot. He's going to step in here. He's going to look at. He's pointing. He's going to win it back towards the corner.
And a good job by Cunningham to take the puck and push it out.
There's an opportunity. The Wildcats, they kind of won it, but right there was Cunningham to get to the puck first.
Here comes Greater Latrobe back the other way. Dumnich has it stolen, and it's center red. It's Kinnear just dumping it back in as we hit the 3-minute mark here in regulation. Kevin, when does Flew come off? You're down 2, so you have to pull the keeper a little bit earlier.
You got to get possession, and you got to get on the way up with a decent chance for an entry, establish possession, and then you call them.
Right now they can't get out because Berushi and Kinnear are causing the Wildcats fits. Hustling back across center red. Here comes Caleb Trice, leads the charge. And watching the bench as an ECP player ends up on his buttress in the corner. Out comes the keeper. In tight. Miller tries to stuff it in, and he can't. To the far side it goes now. Dumnich down low. Hustling after it is Trice, and he's going to watch as a diving effort there by ECP's Matthias Sprickman. Sends it back to the neutral zone. 2:15 left in regulation. Rossi with the extra attacker on. Net empty. Rossi in. Save made by Brown. As Rossi split the defense but couldn't beat number 33. Fed back to the net through a screen. Hits the post. Greater Latrobe bringing it now as we hit the 2-minute warning. Net empty to our left. Dumnich can't handle at the left point. The Wildcats have to get back on side and touch up. Crimboli was way down there as he'll come off. And the goaltender was thinking about leaving the net. He didn't thought it was a delayed penalty. It wasn't. It was a...
It was a delayed penalty, but
it was
against his team.
Oh.
So...
Well, that would have been disaster.
Yeah.
Good thing the official let him know.
Yeah, it was very nice communication by the official to say it's on white, so that there wasn't a mistake of Brown running towards the bench for the extra attacker. It's going to be an elbowing call against
Garrett Schwartz.
Number 23, Garrett Schwartz.
That's going to send Latrobe to the Penny.com power play for the 5th time tonight. Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting. So ECP going to take the TO here, Kevin. They're shorthanded. And Latrobe with the empty net will have 6-on-4 here, likely for the remainder of regulation. So Mark Sprickman wants to talk it over. And what's the strategy here if you're defending?
Well, what I'm looking to do is you want to try to pull it back, put a right shot defenseman in the corner and a left shot forward on the other side, so that you can slide it behind the net. He can catch it on his forehand, and he can slide it up the bench side, the far side of the ice. If you don't get any of that cleanly, and they've been winning them a lot, Tucker Kinnear has been very good on the faceoffs. You just want to kind of get it in the corners, and you want to make it a kind of a kick fest where you're just pushing it around, creating some scrums. And then you want to get your 4 players between the dots, between the circles, and you just hunker down for 98 seconds.
1:38 left in regulation. Latrobe with the Penny.com power play. Net to our left is empty. 6 skaters on the ice for the Wildcats, down by 2, trying to keep their season alive.
They gotta push 21 out of the circle. The officials do.
Face
good
off.
win.
Yeah, won by ECP. That's Sprickman. He wraps it around, kept it at the left point by Caleb Trice. Now bodies battle together. Taken down for Cathedral Prep is Sorge. Kept in. Dumnich. Backhands. He tries to wrap it around. Kept out. Dumnich gets it back. Dumnich brings it here to the near side. Tries to center. Cut off. Dumnich still has the puck. Dumnich out to the circle. Shot blocked. All the way around to the left side it goes. Caleb Trice throws it towards the net. Here comes a chance. Crimboli in the slot. Rising shot blocked. Crimboli's follow-up try doesn't go. Stellar defense by Erie Cathedral Prep's Tucker Kinnear.
Phenomenal play by Kinnear.
Miller sidesteps the check, but can't enter the zone. Kinnear finds it again. Kinnear going to shoot at the length of the rink, and he fires wide. No icing because Erie Cathedral Prep is shorthanded. 45 seconds left here in regulation. Dumnich ahead to Rossi. Rossi breaks the zone 1-on-2. Rossi to the right circle. Rossi drags down low. Rossi tries to center. Deflected back to the left side. Kept in there by Morris. Dumnich through traffic, save made Brown. Rebound, loose diving effort to clear it there by Duccini. 20 seconds left from the left point, thrown to the net. Dumnich finds a shot, blocked. Follow-up try, blocked. Matthias Sprickman and Ashton Duccini giving up their body. And now Dumnich, a little bit of frustration there. And for ECP, smart play because Kevin, you know, if you get a misconduct, you don't get to play next round.
Exactly right.
So
unnecessary by the senior to all-star Bryant Dumnich, but that happens when seniors in their last game, I call it trying to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, well, with the unsportsmanlike stuff we've seen in some of the high school PIHL basketball playoffs through the last couple days, we don't need that on the rink.
Well, that was a tremendous defensive sequence by the Ramblers, winning the draw and then at least 4 block shots.
Face off down and time expires. Well, I'm on my way to Cranberry this evening, leaving out of Neville Island, PA. And when it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand. Lord, I was born a rambling man. The Ramblers on to the Penguins Cup Championship. Little Allman Brothers for you to close it out, Kevin.
I would expect nothing less from you.
So Erie Cathedral Prep on to the Penguins Cup. They will meet number 1 Fox Chapel Tuesday night, the 18th, 6:15 p.m. UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry.
Excellent effort by the Ramblers here today.
Give you a chance, Kevin, to run down the scoring as we shake hands.
Yes, I can. 1 second here. Okay, so we had 2 goals scored in the first period at the 4:45 mark. It was Ethan Cunningham from Tucker Kinnear for Cunningham. That was his first of the playoffs and 12th of the season. And no other scoring in the first period. Then it was Chris Bruschi on the power play at the 16:49 mark, 11 seconds to go in the period. Tucker Kinnear working with the assist for Bruschi. It was, let me redo that. For Bruschi, a power play goal, 2nd of the playoffs and his 13th of the season. Assist to Kinnear and Matthias Sprickman. Shots on goal for Cathedral Prep went 7-6-12 equals 25. And for the Wildcats, it went 8-14 and 6 for 28.
With that, we'll take you now to your Play It Again Sports 3 stars of the game. You may never outgrow your favorite sports, but you may outgrow your equipment. Play It Again Sports on Route 30 East at the Green Gate East Shopping Center in Hempfield provides you an easy way to sell your quality used sports and fitness gear and get paid on the spot or trade up for what you need now. Number 3 star with the game-winning goal for Erie Cathedral Prep is Ethan Cunningham. Number 2 star on the night with 2 assists and some stellar defensive play as well, Tucker Kinnear. And your Play It Again Sports number 1 star and player of the game with 28 saves, back-to-back shutouts for Ian Brown. So it's ECP and Fox Chapel, Kevin, 1 versus 2. Chalk holds in the 2A bracket. Should be a good one Tuesday night in Cranberry.
The offensive power of the Foxes against the stellar defense of the Ramblers.
Final score here from RMU in the Class 2A semifinals. Erie Cathedral Prep 2, Greater Latrobe nothing. For our staff tonight, Mike Amon, Kennedy Kazarowski, Dylan Opferman, Todd Kazarowski, Jess Levo. We would not be able to do it without you. You guys make us look good. From our broadcast partner, Kevin Zomansky, Matt Vandriak saying thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as we did bring it to you. Keep it tuned here. There's still more to come tomorrow and Thursday night. Then the Penguins Cup Championships next week right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV. Good night, everyone.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Put in, hustling in here now is Henry Fritz. Fritz gets flattened behind the net. Puck comes out of the slot, looking it over. Wrister blocked. Follow-up try, shooting it over the net. And around the horn it goes. Erie Cathedral Prep trying to exit. Miller steps up. And then a big hit in front of the bench as Pellis is taken over there by Vinny Scalise. Down, Morris floats it up the left side here, looking for Ethan Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham trying to get around the defense. Low drop pass, pushed on that. Save made, rebound, score! Ethan Cunningham puts the mesh in motion, and the Ramblers take the one. Dumnich dumps it down. Behind the net, after it there for Latrobe is Dale Hennigan. Hennigan taken down, and Cathedral Prep's heading to the...
Now, which coach said special teams was their strength, but on that first...
That would have been Ferguson, I believe. Rising shot, save made there as it's put Dylan Morris back there. Morris and the Wildcats, he sends it out to Crimboli. Here comes Crimboli, has Hennigan with him. Crimboli with this shot, save made by Brown. Scored 11 regular season goals for Greater Latrobe.
I'm kind of scanning the crowd to see if I see anybody with, like crutches or something.
Just at a cheaper rate. Of course, one of our great sponsors here on TenbandTV.
Seamless. That's why you're a professional. Oh.
That one knuckled.
That was a knuckle
He
puck.
breaks the line, trying to work his way around the defense there of Matthias Sprickman. Ramblers win it. McBriar.
Oh, good poke.
Pokes it ahead. Here comes Vinny Scalise. Scalise in the circles, hits the post, and the rebound loose and cleared. Scalise rings the... And he can't put it in front. Here's a lead pass back the other way. Opportunity for Murphy, and a great dive and sliding effort by Michael Corritor. On power play. Through center red, Crimboli trying to find room as he goes to the right side. Crimboli in tight, hits the outside of the post, and it's covered up by Ian Brown. To the right side, Crimboli skates it in. Crimboli, long shot off the cuff of the glove of the keeper, Brown, and then hammered is Crimboli, who's still down, and then a second one. And now we're going to have some pleasantries exchanged as Scalise dumps, but has it stolen back the other way by Sprickman. Back the other way, Latrobe with the steal. In the circle, Wrister coming blocked as Dylan Morris tried to put it on, and was Rossi. Thinks Sprickman might have got a piece of it. Trice to the net. Brown closes the door. And then Latrobe sustaining some zone time here and getting some scoring chances. Tough angle try, and Brown shuts the door as Hextall very good with the stick. I hope that Brown would be a general manager than Hextall was. Wrister thrown back towards the net. Dumnich gets it on, and Brown says no. Power play, and that puck jumps over the stick of Trice at the right circle. He's going to bring it down, shoots it on, fought off, rebound, cleared. And out of the box, back the cleared. And out of the box, back the other way, it's Schwartz. In tight, save made. As Flew denial seems it had to come. Pad down.
That's a big save.
Crimboli in tight, tries to roof it and rips it high and wide, out of play. So back and forth we go there. Kinnear wins it, comes back to the left point. And Sprickman finds his man. Kinnear shot, state save, rebound, score! A Penny.com power play goal. Back the other way. I don't have any kids, at least I don't think. As Sprickman brings it back the other way. Centering try, big save made. Cunningham puts it on, and Brock Flew keeping Latrobe in striking distance and throwing it back, and Flew
into a shot offensively. keeping the Wildcats from. There we had a helicopter. The stick went flying.
Seriously, is chasing it down for Latrobe there as Rossi, and that's good. Back the other way, here comes Tucker Kinnear. Kinnear with speed, leads a charge, 3-on-2, drops it back to Cunningham. Rising shot, and Flew stops it, and there is no rebound. Flew, Bleach helps to, that's a different Flew. Crimboli back the other way. Great feed in front, in tight, Brown! Denial, seems it had to come. That one.
And the winger tried to angle the stick to the supporting center who wasn't there.
From the point, shot on off the stick of Sprickman. Save made by Flew, and he holds the rebound. ECP keeping it in, centering it in front. Fritz tries to up and around!
There's another
and Flew is down with the sickness. The far board's bouncing puck, going to come all the way back past the net. Good awareness there by Flew, patience. And the icing call moves the puck back into the face of this. Drops it back, McBriar has his pocket picked. Here comes Joey Crimboli. Crimboli from the right circle, stick save, Brown. The rebound takes an odd hop, but Brown on top of it. I got a lot more hockey left is what you're saying. Long shot to the net, gee love, glove save by Flew. There by ECP's Matthias Sprickman. Sends it back to the neutral zone. 2:15 left in regulation. Rossi with the extra attacker on. Net empty. Rossi in. Save made by Brown. As Rossi split the defense but couldn't beat number 33. Blocked. All the way around to the left side it goes. Caleb Trice throws it towards the net. Here comes a chance. Crimboli in the slot. Rising shot blocked. Crimboli's follow-up try doesn't go. Kept in there by Morris. Dumnich through traffic, save made Brown. Rebound, loose diving effort to clear it there by Duchesne. From the left point, thrown to the net. Dumnich finds a shot, blocked. Follow-up try, blocked. Matthias leaving out of Neville Island, PA. And when it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand. Lord, I was born a rambling man. The Ramblers on to the Penguins Cup Championship.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.